Hi, let's talk for a minute about where this new math learning disability dyscalculia comes from. I want you to know it's not new. It's only new to us talking about it today. But the first few times we see anyone writing about number blindness, is what they used to call it back in the day, dyscalculia, was in the late 1890s, early 1900s. And I wrote them down so I didn't forget. So then we had Solomon Henson and Francis Galton, both two different people making two different reports where they talked about the very specific condition of number blindness. And they were describing what we today call dyscalculia. Then we kind of jump ahead to the 1940s, and Joseph Gerstmann then started really talking about dyscalculia and doing a little more research. Now that came on the heels of the 1930s research by Orton and Gillingham, two researchers who we all know focused on dyslexia. But at the time, we had a few other things going on in the 1930s and 40s, and on the global stage, studying learning differences really didn't take up a lot of the public concern. And so it wasn't until a little bit later that addressing learning differences really came into the forefront of American education. And the first focus was really on reading for a number of different political reasons, which I'm not going to get into here. Maybe I'll do it on another video, on a new soapbox, on a different day. So then we can kind of jump ahead in the research to really the 1970s and work by Ladislav Kosk, which I sure hope I'm saying that last name correctly. But in the 1970s is when we really started to see an increase in dyscalculia specific research into the math learning disorder. And the 1970s, it still wasn't getting a whole lot of traction. So it's really just been pretty recently that we've seen a lot of research and a lot of research changing the way we teach and what we do in the classroom to help these students. A lot of that has happened in the UK, and it's just starting to increase here in the States. We do have some great researchers here, don't get me wrong, who have done some US-based studies, but it's still, we're lagging behind in the world stage when it comes to dyscalculia research. But for my fellow educators, this is not brand new. It's not made up. It's not something that we just decided we're going to give a special sticker to people who are struggling in math. No, dyscalculia is a legitimate learning difference that we've been studying in neuropsychology, psychology, and education for a really long time.